Good afternoon, good evening, or good morning. I'm Lord Hudson, and we're playing City Skylines. Or rather, we're not playing City Skylines. We're trying to fix it. Because I've got this bug that a lot of you have. It's if I speed up, nothing really happens, and it's kind of annoying. It means that your city grows a lot slower than you're used to, and on different fora online, it's suggested that has something to do with transport. It kind of makes sense because that's the big overhaul, and it has been suggested that removing the transport system will solve that problem. So I made a special save. I'm not gonna destroy my city, but we are gonna destroy this one. I'm gonna first off, I'm just gonna destroy all my downloaded assets basically, because I'm not sure if it has something to do with this. I think it has something to do with this, with people coming out of there, and this is not being processed correctly. That might actually be the issue here. So sorry about that. And let's see, we have this beautiful station. First I'm gonna check all the elevated stations and destroy that one. This has a regular station. So maybe if it fits, if we replace this with a normal station, will that solve the problem? I don't think so. I'm pretty convinced that it's not just one area or one station that causes this. There we go. It does fit. We have to remodel this, of course. So bye bye road. Sorry about that. And of course, this is a single lane, a single track station, and the other was a double track station, so that might be problematic. Ooh, did not mean to do that, but okay. We're gonna fix this anyway in some sort of manner. Let's see, can we hook up in, yeah, it's not entirely natural, but let's see. Let's see how this, so I've lost that line, which kind of makes sense, and immediately everything spikes up. So you know what, I'm just gonna destroy pretty much the entire train bit, and leaving cargo in here. That's a cargo train, so that makes sense. I'm just gonna destroy it. See if it has any change. Maybe we should destroy everything. Be very rigorous about that. See if that makes a difference. I had some reports that some people said it would make absolutely no difference. I'm kind of praying that it does, because then at least we have something of a smoking gun. Yeah, we're just gonna destroy everything. So we also have to do the subways. Yeah, why not? Let's be like that. Let's just destroy it all. The city won't function without it, but can we get... Alright. So in pause, the processor runs at a stable 33 to 38% capacity, which is nice. And again, I'm just going to leave the cargo train there. I'm not sure why, but I kind of hope that cargo is still unaffected. That would mean if cargo is also affected, which it very well could be, that would just simply mean that goods won't leave the city or come into the city, and you can just basically just forget it with any major city. Like you can see, I made a good deal of tracks, which normally shouldn't be an issue. Okay, so that's the majority of the train tracks. We have 2 cargo terminals, so we actually have 3. This is on the existing line. So next is the subway. Okay. I really hate doing this. And in the end, it might not even matter, and it's still does the same thing. Let's see, is this the last line? I think it is. We have one little sliver of line still left here. The last station. Bye bye. Okay, so these are the taxi stands, which we also need to destroy, I guess. I must admit that taxis still don't really make that much sense to me, but for some reason I've got 2 here. Just plop them. Why the hell do I have I can't recall placing so many taxi stands here. That's weird. Maybe I did. Just simply can't recall it. And I think for the buses we can simply delete the lines like this. There we go. There's no line there. Let's take a look. What is this? This is metro lines. Alright. Let's just destroy this. And okay, so we should now be pretty much transport free. Still have some taxi stands, might be scattered around the city. Scan for them. This is considered transport. This is these are parking spaces, but for some reason it's marked as transport. There's nothing here. There is the bus depot. That's all fine. We can actually destroy the bus depot. Why not? And now I just got cargo left. So here's the big test. And immediately my processor spikes up again. And it's down to 60%, which is still higher. But it does allow me to run it faster. So there is a noticeable difference. It's still not as fast as it used to be. And the processor goes up again to 100. So it might not be transportation at all. It's just that transportation takes a chunk out of your processor. And that's a rather considerable chunk out of your processor speed. But if you delete it all, then yeah, you get the chunk back. But I don't think it's the processor leak itself. Let's see. Well, I need to get on the ground. There we go. So it might not be transport at all. And I have not yet used the trams. So even though this is the snowfall expansion, no trams are in use. Yeah, this can all be done. This will definitely kill the city, but it's all in the name of science. Let's see. So there is not much running right now. Not even cargo is gone. And if you run at regular speed, the processor jumps up to about 60%. 66, 61. It jumps about a bit. Ah, we got power issues. Let's just fix this for now. Do you have any more issues? Doesn't look like it. So this should fix itself. Okay, so this is speed 1. And it's running the processor at 60%, 62. This is speed 2. There's a slight acceleration. And immediately the processor jumps up to 80%. So there is less demand from the processor, just slightly less without the transport systems in place. And if I go to 3, it just pushes it up to 100. They just push the processor to the max. And it just stays at a steady 100. It is faster now. So there is some extra capacity available because of the systems that are gone. But that doesn't explain why the processor is being tasked so heavily. because even with the whole transport system gone, it still pushes the process to 100, and that might have something to do with the temperature, which, let's see, can we turn that off? We cannot turn off temperature. We can turn off dynamic weather, which I have. Turned off a day-night cycle. It's not auto-saving, it doesn't automatically open. So it should be quite low in processor intentions, processor use, but no, it's maybe the temperature fluctuations that cause this. Because in pause mode, the whole processor demand drops down to about 40, which is still pretty high. It used to be around 20, so it's still pretty high but acceptable. And on normal speed it just jumps up to 60 right now without transport. It used to be around 80, so it takes about 20% of processor power to the transportation systems, which is again heavier than it used to be. And there is something in the game that calculates something that just takes a lot of memory, or a lot of processing power, and I'm not entirely sure what that is. Because we can now run a little bit faster. This is 3 speed, but it just pushes the processor to 100. And if this city grows, then that's simply not enough. And I'm not running a wee tiny processor or a very old machine. It's a quite new machine. It has an Intel Core i7 4790 CPU running at 3.6 gigahertz, but it's clocking right now at 3.75 gigahertz. 115 processors and 1593 threads. It's quite, yeah, it's just pushing it to the limit, and it should not. So people at Paradox and Colossal, please fix this bug, because it must definitely be a bug, or it's bad programming, which by all definition is a bug, because I cannot run a city without transport. And playing the game at speed 1, it's just it is doable, but still it's yeah, we like the speeds, we want it back. It plays better that way, so please fix it. And if you have a even bigger processor than I have, then this might be some sort of a solution for you, so you can play, but don't think it's the problem. And it doesn't identify the smoking gun, unfortunately. I kind of hoped it did, but it does not. So thank you for watching, and hopefully this will be fixed very soon.